Hey there. Yep, it's me again. Who were you expecting? Yeah, it's still me. Welcome to another episode of Eatin Cheats. Today we delve into that mystery realm of microwave this crap. What? I don't have a microwave. I got a pan and I got a stove. But it says microwave this shit. We can do better than that. So what you do is you get this stuff. Your mac and cheese. Microwave directions. That's nuts. Because what you do basically is you follow the first few steps. You open it up, take off the top, pull out the sauce packet, brush the powdery stuff on here back into your noodles. It's important, so it's got to have them. So make sure you're not just going blowing it off. The noodles have to have it. So you find your fill line. Gadzooks, they don't make that easy to see. Sucks getting older. There it is. It's not very far above the noodles, so don't look too darn high. It's there, but not too high. So, and I'm making two of these because I have a guest, and this is dinner. Okay, so step one, fill to the fill line. Step two, stir them around a little bit because it says mush them up and get that powdery stuff all into the water is what you're doing. So mix your powdery stuff, get your water opaque, a little tough to see through. Here's where we go all rebel on them. Microwave? We don't need no stinking microwave because we have a pan. So you just dump all that into the pan, dump it out real good. Because by golly, this is going to be your dinner bowl. No dishes. Finish eating, chuck this sucker. Yay, yay, no dishes. That's the best part of easy eating here. Not having to clean any of that shit up. Okay, so it's in there. It's stirred. It needs a flame. We know the routine. Down. No hiss. Flames. Apply gas. Foof. Back it off a little bit because we don't want to burn the joint down. Now, these say microwave for like 3.5 minutes, something like that. Of course, I don't have my glasses on. Can you read it? No, it's fuzzy. Anyway, yeah, just a few minutes. The thing about pasta, it's pretty easy to tell when it's done. And they've sort of pre-cooked this stuff a little bit, so it doesn't have to take as long. But you stick it in there, you wait for your bubbles, move it around every so often so it does not stick to the bottom, because the stuff that sticks to the bottom is really hard to clean out. Because even though you're throwing these away, you still got to clean that sucker. So, get some boil action going here. Yep. Get that there. And when you're waiting for that to boil, massage your cheese sauce. I know, it's squishy. I'm a sucker for squishy. Yeah. You want to make sure it didn't get all kind of weird at one end or anything like that. So you have to squish it around, make sure it's all well blended, and get it the heck away from an edge because you're going to be cutting that edge and you don't want cheese all over your knife. Or your scissors. Or your fingers if you're butch enough to try ripping these things. Hey, we're starting to get bubbles around the edge. And there's not a ton of water in here, which there's not supposed to be a ton of water, so don't add more than the fill line, because when you're done, you're going to need whatever's left here exactly for the cheese sauce. Yeah. Get those going. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Now, a little tip for you. Gosh, don't have one of my chairs. Oh well. If you want to extend this little thing, let's say eating one of these ain't gonna cut it for you, you can add stuff to mac and cheese. Heck yeah, who knew? Hang on, let me stir this. Don't want it getting stuck on the bottom. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Turn it down a little bit. Yeah. But for stuff you can add, old family recipe. Throw in some tuna. That's it. Mix in some tuna. Boom, you've got protein in there. It makes it go a lot further, makes it more interesting. And if you like corn, throw some corn in there with that tuna, or peas, or whatever veggie you like in your stuff. You can throw that in there and extend it even further. If you're trying to impress a date, you got a first date and you're making dinner, this isn't going to do it. It's not going to impress anybody. But if their standards are very, very low, you can make this for them. Okay, so it's starting to get there. Can you hear it? It's starting to sound starchy. Not just boily, but pasta has a starchy sound to it. So you're listening for that starchy sound. And then when you're stirring, I mean, if you notice when you start stirring in the early phases, this stuff's hard. It resists your spoon. It smacks up against it and says, I'm here. When it's finally pretty much done, you don't feel it when you're stirring through it. It doesn't resist your spoon. It moves out of the way, or it's just nice and squishy. I mean, this is getting there. Getting there. Another minute. Yeah. I mean, there's the al dente phase where it's still got a little to the bite, which is what al dente means. Not quite as squishy as it could be. Okay. Yeah, those are looking damn near done. Got a little sticking on the edges. I missed a corner. Okay. And just like that, these are done. Show you what they look like here. See how they're nice and... Let's get you in the frame. There we go. Sorry, I really can't see. I'm kind of behind the lens, but they're bigger than they were. They're a little whiter than they were. And they're squishy. They have really no fight back to them. And there's not a ton of water in here, which is okay. So now, take these lovely little packets that you squished up very nicely and mixed. Got all the stuff away from the edges. Slice or rip the top off. And squeeze that stuff down in there. Water and all, everything that's in the pan, you keep it that way. You don't drain nothing. Because the amount of water that you had in there for the fill line is the exact amount you need to make as much cheese as you have to have. And if I'm not mistaken, if you want this stuff to be even cheesier, get some squeezy cheese and stick that in there too. I mean, just a little container of this stuff. It really isn't that bad, and it doesn't need refrigeration. I've had this stuff out here in my little pantry. It's been over 100 degrees. This stuff is fine. Fine. So if you don't have a fridge, or your fridge is squiffy or doesn't have a lot of room, but you want cheese, technically it's not really cheese. It says made with cheese, but we don't know what kind. But this stuff doesn't suck. So you got your cheese in your noodles and your watery sauce there. Just start stirring like crazy. Not too crazy. You don't want it flying out of the pan, but, give it a good few swirls here. Oh, Dad. And then we bust into our tuna packet. Ta-da! Scoop. And I rattle it around a little bit, break up what has become a very flat little patty of tuna. Let's see if we can stick a fork in there, bust it around some more. So you don't want a big blob going in here. You want bits of tuna, chunks of tuna. Not huge chunks, just, rips of tuna. There we go. There we go. If you have a cat right now, they're getting really excited, but there's nothing left for them because, by golly, you paid money for this. You're going to get every bit. So, and we continue to stir some more. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Something like that. I never studied Shakespeare. Okay. Okay. So what we've got here is old family recipe. Mac and cheese with tuna in it. Good eating. Protein. Okay, I haven't read the rest of the label. There's probably, all kinds of sodium and shit in there. But hey, I just promised not to let you starve. I didn't say you were going to die with a good heart. I'm just saying you're not going to die of starvation. Not on my watch. Okay, so I'm just going to let that sit there in the warm stuff to kind of warm up the tuna a little bit more. It's only in the high 80s today, so the tuna's not nearly as hot as it could be. But there you have it. If it says put it in a microwave, but it also says add water to fill line, screw the cup, screw the microwave, add water to fill line, put it all in a pan, finish the steps from there, and there you have it. So single serving stuff, if you don't want to buy a whole box of mac and cheese and you don't have milk and butter, you just want something simple, that's simple. Throw in some tuna, or see if I can get to it. Ow, no. But they have these cute little individual cups of corn. Just single serving, like little jello and pudding things. It's corn. So you could throw one of those in here, but she doesn't like corn, so we're not adding that. But yeah, just find little bitty things that will serve you or you and a friend. So if you can't have leftovers, you got to spend a little more to get the single serving stuff, but then you're not wasting food. Because if you spend a little more and get something bigger and throw away half, you're wasting more than you would have if you just forked out for the little thing, eating it all, So there is our cheat and eats tip for the day. Who needs no stinking microwave? Not us. No. You got your cute little stove. This could also be done over a fire and flames. But you don't want to get that close because campfires are really, really hot and your spoon's only this long. If you're lucky. I just bought this. Otherwise, mine were shorter. So, yeah. There we have it. Old family recipe. Quick, simple. Turning microwave only into screw that. I can do that anyway. So there you have it. Another quick, easy meal on something that's not too bloody expensive at the store. It's a fairly cheap dinner. And this is a dinner for two. So I'm going to plate up in our fancy plates with our fancy little forks. Apparently with these things, they fold in half. Like that. And if you open them up and you try to eat with them without doing the thingy, you got to push this thingy down to lock it in place, and then it's a proper fork. So make sure you push the sliding thingy all the way up to there. So there's your tips for the day. Happy eating, and I will catch you on the next episode or around somewhere because, look around. I'm everywhere. I do that. So this is Shutterbug wishing you a fabulous evening. No behaving, no normalcy, no starving. So stuff yourself and then go out there and just be weird as heck all over the place because you'll have the energy to do it because you're going to eat. And so am I, and so is she. So I'm going to catch you later. Shutterbug.